And you're in, was it Australia or New Zealand, if I remember?
New Zealand.
Got it. Okay. And what's the dating marketplace like there for you? Like, what's your experience been so far?
Uh, Pretty bad.
So what's bad? Give me give me an example of your last date or your last relationship that made it bad.
My last relation, well, he was a feminist.
Oh, okay. How did you like dating
So
a male feminist?
not great at all.
Why do you
I
think he
was
was? Why
smarter
do you
than
think
him
he
too.
was a male feminist? Like, did he think it was going to win him points with women or get him to score or something?
I don't know. I think he had very low self-esteem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was a male feminist. You didn't like that. So what was it that you didn't like about that?
Um, well, for one thing, I was smarter than him. He was very unassertive and um, yeah, the opposite of assertive. And a
So
lot of guys here are like that
so
from my
shocking. You
experience.
like masculinity and strong men that are decisive and don't take crap?
Yep, shocking.
What do I keep telling you guys? Okay, so how do you find a guy like that? I mean, you got to put yourself in places and positions where guys like that will, of course, get your attention, and you'll get theirs. I mean, more specifically, like the thing you got to understand about men when it comes to attraction is we don't care about your degree, and we don't care about how smart you are. We don't care about your pot of gold because women don't share the pot of gold with men anyway. You will get some beta-tized males or some feminized type males that will believe narratives that don't hold true, like you just experienced in your last relationship, like the feminist boy. But what men care about is beauty cues. Like men are looked as success objects by women. Women are looked as beauty objects / sex objects by men. You follow me?
Mhm.
So what you need to do, which is going to be unconventional probably to what you've been told, which is go get a degree. You can do it all by yourself, girl. You don't need no man, have that backup plan, blah, blah, blah. But in your email, if I remember correctly, you said something about wanting to have a family and be a mother.
Yeah.
So what do you think men look for when it comes to like wife stock?
Um, uh,
I mean, like
I haven't thought
you're
that
talking
through too
about
much.
finding a high value, masculine, strong, virtuous man. So, I mean, my question, specifically to you is what do you think men look for, in that kind of woman for wife stock if they want to have kids?
Yeah, like femininity, caring, taking care of just more domestic tasks.
Okay. So domestic
Beauty, of
tasks.
course.
So what other values do you have to bring to the table?
Um, for caring about what he cares about in terms of like career goals and
Okay.
doing something that will help.
Sounds like you're trying to say support his purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. What age range do you normally date in?
I'm currently not dating because I do too many things.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're going to have a hard
But
time finding a guy to wife
ideally,
you up if you're not dating, right? But I mean, when you are dating, what age
yeah,
range do you usually look at?
ideally late 20s.
Late 20s, like what, 26, 27, 28?
Yeah.
So Tuscan Razorbacks picked up on it. He's been watching the channel for a while. She needs to date older males. Um, you're 21, right?
Yeah.
And you got your party years out of the way already?
I hope so. Well, yeah, I don't party much at all.
Okay. And when do you hope on, settling down and getting married and having kids? Like, what's the plan for that?
In the next 5 years, ideally.
Okay, so you're going to be 26. You're going to be coming up on the epiphany phase, which if you watch my channel, that's when women start going, I'm kind of running out of time. I got to find a guy. But if you've also been watching my channel and guys have been watching me or reading my book, they also know that you need to wait a couple of years to really, see what she's all about, right? Let's test the relationship. Let's see how she deals with stress. What happens when we travel and the baggage gets lost? Like, does she lose her mind or is everything cool sort of thing? So you're talking 26, add 2 more years, you're 28. Okay, that's fine. That's a pretty reasonable strategy. I mean, you're taking a logical approach to it, but the thing that you've got to look towards is if you want that high value masculine guy that's not a feminist, that's strong, that's going to lead the family, that's going to be okay with you staying home raising kids, you're going to have to dial in the beauty cues, because that's all that guys really want. They want to have a beautiful woman by their side that's on their purpose. Like they want the ride or die girl, basically, at the end of the day, right? Are you that girl?
I would like to be.
So you're not that girl. So what's stopping you from being that girl?
I care a lot about my studies and work as well.
Okay. Is that because of culture?
Partly, yeah. I want to care about everything, so that's what's in my way right now.
Okay. But that's in conflict with what the high value guy is that you're looking for.
Yeah, and with wanting to have a family.
Right. So how do you reconcile that? Do you want to go chase the degree? Like, what are you going to school for right now?
To have a good job.
Okay, so you don't want to get into
job.
what field you're getting into, but to have a good job means what? Like, how much does that pay you?
Yeah, an enjoyable job, so above average salary.
So what's above average?
At
like,
least.
What's the range for you? $100,000 a year, 150, 75?
Like 80. So that's more like 60 USD, I guess.
Okay.
Just above
So
average.
okay, so I mean, like, you basically need to find a guy that's making at least 25% more than that if you're going to be fully satisfied. And even that, like, is that enough to raise a family where you live? Like, I mean, if you meet a guy that's making $100,000 a year, okay, how many kids do you want to have?
2 or 3.
Okay, so if you want 2 or 3 kids where you live, what kind of salary does he need to earn to cover the cost of the house, so you don't have 3 kids piled up in one bedroom, so they got their own bedrooms, a yard so they can run around in it,
Yeah,
and
it's at least 6 figures.
Enough income so that mom can stay home and raise the kids like you want to do, right?
Yeah, that's
So
6 figures.
100, 150, 200, 250?
I think, yeah, around 100, 200.
Okay. So you're looking for a guy that makes $200,000 a year, that's got his shit together, that's going to lead the family, that's smarter than you, because you're finding that you're dating guys that are not as smart as you, and that turns you off, which is totally fine. You've got a big ask here, right?
Yeah.
Right. Are you the kind of woman that a guy that makes $200,000 a year is going to want to wife up?
I would like to be.
So you're not. So that's
not at the moment.
Right. So
Which
you're focusing on study, school, and all that stuff, because that's what women have been told, and that's fine. I get it. Okay, go get your degree. You've got the backup plan in case things don't work out. Fine, I understand. But at the end of the day, the guy that you're looking for is looking for beauty that's going to complement his life, not be the focus of it. Basically comply with what he's saying. And guys like that are spoiled for choice, right? Like, these are the top 10% of men out there, and you, like every other woman out there right now, is competing for that guy. There's millions of other women right now in your country that are in the school system, that are around your same age, that are going, yeah, I think I'd like to be a wife and stay at home and raise kids and have the 2 or 3 kids and all that sort of stuff, but he has to be smarter than me. He's got to be, he's got to make a lot more money than me. Does he have to be tall?
No.
Same height as you, or taller?
Same height or taller, I guess.
Okay,
but
so he's got to be
not as important.
Okay, so
not
he's
as
got to be
important
taller.
as very much fitter.
Okay, so you're basically looking for the top 10 odd percent of what's going to be on the available inventory, right? Because as you found, society has feminized men. They're not particularly interested in masculinity. They think bending the knee is going to, get them the girls. See, the way all these male feminists think that women operate is they keep putting quarters in, like, the machine of placating to women. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're smarter than I am. Yes, you can make more money than I can. And they think at the bottom of the machine, like, a vagina is going to come out and that they're going to have strong, reliable access to sex. But as you're starting to learn, you're not turned on by these guys. So do you have the attention of these high value guys yet?
No, I do not.
Then that's what you need to work on.
Yeah.
You got to double down on that if you want the studs.
What changes could I make in my immediate future?
Well, the vast majority of men, if you ask them what turns them on, they're going to say beauty cues, and it's not Tess Holliday on the front of Cosmopolitan at 400 pounds covered in tattoos because society wants to tell men this is beautiful too, because really it's not. If you go and look at what men are looking at on social media, I mean, just go to Instagram and see who's got the most popular social media following. It's always the very attractive women. They've got all the curves in the right places. They take care of themselves. They know how to put on makeup. They're feminine. That's what guys are looking for.
Okay.
So you have to be that girl.
Yeah.
Your camera's off. I mean, you can turn it on if you want some feedback, or if you want to leave it off, it's up to you.
I mean, what would you rate me from my photos?
Hang on, I got to go back to my email. When did you send them to me? Was it a week ago?
I think so.
All right, give me a second here. I'm not going to put the photos up, but I will go back to them. It's under the same name, right? HC?
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, you got the same bunny icon. Is that your pet rabbit? Do you have pets?
I had a pet. That was 8 years ago.
Yeah. Where has it gone? I have the message sequence, but I don't have the pictures. If I recall, did you link an Instagram or did you send pictures? I can't remember.
Send pictures.
No, they're not here. But if I recall, you're Asian, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've dated a lot of Asian women. I find them attractive, so I can rate you on the Asian attraction scale. You're pretty kind of average. I mean, you're about a 5 or 6 at best, if I'm being honest. You gotta amp up the femininity, right? I mean, again, guys don't get turned on by a piece of paper framed in mahogany on the wall with little letters after it because you've got an accounting degree, lawyer's degree, doctor, or anything like that. It's the standard stuff that's always worked throughout history and always will work into the future. Curves, beauty, long hair. I think you've got long hair, right?
Yeah, medium long. Yeah.
And you're fairly fit still?
Yeah.
Okay. You look like an average Asian girl, right? I mean, we're not talking like Lucy Liu, in my view, is a beautiful Asian. You look kind of like the average university student. Like, if you want to attract that $200,000 a year guy, you got to amp that up a little bit.
Okay.
Because that's what they're looking for. I mean, they will be spoiled for choice. I mean, you might get their attention at an event, on a dating app or something like that. But if the Lucy Liu Asian girl shows up on their app or at the next event, they're going to get his undivided attention over you, because that's just the reality of the sexual marketplace, right? Women are always going to be beauty objects to men. Some women try to skirt that. They try to convince themselves otherwise. They try to say, well, if I also make $100,000 a year, and if I also have a degree, and if I also have a BMW, and if I also have my own house, then I will also find a good guy that will wife me up. And you will. Yeah. You will find a good guy that will wife you up, but you're not going to get the tingles, right? You're not going to look at him as your best choice. Even if he's smart, even if he makes good money, you're just going to look at him as, well, I had to settle. And unfortunately, that's what drives most relationships today.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh. Yep.
You got a lot of runway ahead of you, kid. So just, I mean, yeah, the school stuff matters. I get it. It's probably really important to your family. But at the end of the day, if the end goal is finding a good guy and having kids and doing what you're supposed to do on this planet, which is to reproduce, the beauty cues are what's going to matter the most to guys.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you later.
Cool. Bye.
Bye-bye.